Have you ever felt stressed or angry? Then, what have you done about it? Not controlling stress can cause a variety of problems both to your physical and mind health. Stress can be caused by different reasons or situations. It could be work, family, among others. Suffering it can trigger other problems. Physically speaking, we have hair loss, heart problems, skin rashes, weight loss, headaches, etc. On a psychological level, it affects us with anxiety, insomnia, panic attacks, low self esteem, being stressed most of the time, among others. I want you to analyze this graph. In it, we find a study of stress and negative emotions in adults with high blood pressure. The study focused on demonstrating that this phenomenon was linked to the factors already mentioned above. They conclude that hypertensive patients presented a high stress level, moderate anxiety, and in some cases, depression. Look at the graph. 50% suffer an excessive level of stress. That's crazy. Now let's see how do people deal with this. Within the same study, these results were obtained. More people voted for the confrontation and the less voted was self-control. What impressed us was that to avoid what causes stress was more voted than the acceptance of responsibility and self-control. We wanted to highlight this problem asking three people in our family, our parents or siblings, if during their day to day they have been in stressful situations or negative emotions and how they deal with them. These were the results. As you can see, each one reacts in a different way and some of them face different situations. Four people handle a stress level of 10, three in 8, one in 8.5, and one handle it in 5. Now, these are the activities they carry out to overcome stress. 3 people watch TV, 2 do nothing, 1 do sports, another cooks, and another draws. You can see how some of them decide to end the beginning of what causes stress. That's why they do nothing. How others do sports, craft, or cook. All of this in order to forget a bad moment or a stressful situation. Not controlling some emotions and letting off steam with oneself can later generate problems with those around us and can end up in situations of resentment. In many situations, we don't know how to express ourselves. Let's imagine having a thorn buried in your foot. It will feel ugly, right? Now imagine a lot of them, much worse. Now imagine letting them there for a long time. It will be more difficult to remove them. Now let's say that it is something that you don't know how to express. How do we get it out of our system? Easy, from a non-verbal language, but at the same time expressive. Art. In all its facets, writing, dancing, singing, drawing, music, etc. The idea is to do something with our own hands, express what we want, even though if we are not good at it. Let's do it for our own good, for ourselves. I told you, is even though if you don't know how to do it, if you are not good at it, Just do it for your own good, to express yourself, to express what you want.
Have you ever heard about nonverbal language? Where there's something that gathers the ways of manifesting a nonverbal language, and it's called art therapy. The British Association of Art Therapists defines art therapy as a form of psychotherapy that uses the artistic medium as its main form. For its practice, no previous experience or training in art is needed, and what is sought is to train the patient to make changes and grow in a personal level by using artistic material in a protective and facilitating environment. On the other hand, the American Art Therapy Association characterizes art therapy as an approach to mental health that utilizes the process of creating art to improve mental, physical, and emotional wellness. The techniques used in art therapy can include drawing, painting, coloring, sculpting, or collage. As people create art, they may analyze what they have made and how it makes them feel. Through exploring their art, they can look for themes, conflicts, problems, mistakes that may be affecting their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Some research suggests that just the presence of art play a part in boosting mental health. There is a study carried out in 2017 that found that art display in hospital setting contributed to an environment where patients felt safe. It also played an important role in maintaining the identity outside of the hospital and that socialization. I'm sure that you've been able to see at least one image of a cancer hospital where most of the patients are children, where you might have seen that there is always an environment full of vivid colors, where there are toys, instruments, and there's always good music. But what do they get from that? That's a question you might be asking right now. Well, doctors and psychologists get two things. In first place, they keep their children's mind and hands busy doing something that makes them feel uh, different to what they are feeling every day, which is cancer, right? Well, when children paint, they listen to music, play instruments, play with toys, all those things, any other way make them feel good, happy, that they make them feel joy, and those are positive feelings, right? Different to the feeling that cancer makes you feel, which is really horrible for them. And at the same time, this is where that non-verbal language comes in. Psychologists can deduct what they are feeling or thinking, right? For example, the graphologist deduct that the patient is feeling angry when he or she is drawing and he is pushing the paper and pushing the pencil in the paper really strongly, right? For example, if a child is drawing a house and he is sort of he's sort of pushing the pencil like he wanted to rip the paper out, it might mean that he hates his or her family, he doesn't like a relative, right? And there's another code in that language which is the colors, right? And it can be seen in a movie called Inside Out by Pixar. Joy was yellow, angry was red, sadness was purple, fear was purple as well. And then you see how how feelings and emotion are connected with colors, right? For example, the happiness is always represented by yellow, sadness by purple. It's like positive feelings, vivid colors, negative feelings, dark colors. That's sort of what that language means, right? Some situations in which art therapy might be utilized include people suffering for having stress, children having behavioral or social problems either at school or at home, and mostly people who are suffering from a traumatic experience. For example, a relative of yours died 2 months ago, then you can sort of reduce the pain by art therapy. So, in conclusion, most of what art therapy aims to get on people is to reduce the effects of mental problems, mostly stress, and escape the ordinary.
Today I want to talk about Los Kamëntsa. These are an ethnic group located in Sibundoy in Putumayo, Colombia. It is a group that has grown from generation to generation in art. The Kamëntsa people teach us to use artistic expression such as dance, songs, painting, and wood carvings, backstride, and waving. They also teach us techniques such as painting on wood, canvas, fabric, and the application of this on wood and fabrics. These activities I use with the function of practicing creativity and reflecting all their feelings. We can learn a lot from them, and practicing these activities is an amazing way to canalize stress. We, as a group, decide to implement all these practice and did experiment. We did this TikTok on a week that was super stressful. So here's our therapy. And as you can see, some of us don't know how to draw, but we tried, okay? It was funny and pleasant for us. We did karaoke too, but for the sake of your ears, we skipped the video. Okay, sorry, but we have to skip it. But it was really fun to watch us trying to hide the high notes, and we had fun and we felt awareness and negative feelings coming out. For you can see the results. We have some of our experience. Well, first, Joy likes to draw, paint, and everything related to crafts. She said, when I feel sad and anxious, I like to do this kind of things. Draw, paint, and all that stuff. And I feel that I am releasing a lot of burning. This is not the only thing I have tried. I do karaoke with my sister and we have fun. The second, in Abraham's experience, he especially likes music. He thinks there is nothing better than a good song with the headphones. He said that it becomes an immersive experience and the song makes you feel and imagine cool things. I'm agreed with him, but besides, singing a song will life stress, no matter how it's sung, and a voice all makes you forget it about your problems. In short, we all handle levels of stress under pressure and emotion that I know that not all of us know how to handle. So in this TikTok, we want to show you that the art is one of the best ways to get our emotion out. It no matter if it's not amazing, if not beautiful, if you think it's ugly, no matter that, okay? It's just to take out of your thinking and enjoy the art. And likewise, the Kamëntsa teach us that the best way to take our feelings is living them embodied in art. We have to do that. We have to take all our feelings and take it off. We have to be happy, really. We have to do art for this stress.